Hey everyone, good to see you all again. Hope your summer's good. Obviously know there's gonna be some contract questions, but not here to talk about that. You know, like I said in the captaincy media availability, very happy to be a Maple Leaf. You know, it's unbelievable privilege, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the season and getting going.
I heard your comments about you're not going to discuss contract. One thing I did want to ask though is there's some players who feel very strongly that once the puck drops on the season, no negotiations, and they shelve it to the end of the year. Do you feel that way at all?
I don't know if I would say that, but I think for my sake, you know, unless it gets really important or really needed me in there, I'm gonna let my agent Darren Ferris and Brad do all the talking and figure some stuff out. And then, you know, like I said, I'm just gonna focus on playing hockey and trying to help this team win games.
In your media conference over there, you gave a really passionate statement about being a Maple Leaf and wanting to stay in Toronto. Could you ever picture yourself in another uniform but Toronto?
I think you hope not, right? That's the whole goal. I mean, I'm passionate about this team, and I'm passionate about this fan base, so, you know, I hope not.
Here's a chance in front. Marner backhand scores. Mitch Marner.
One of the things that fans love, they love to know something about their best players. So I'm gonna ask you, tell the fans one thing about Marner that they don't know.
People probably already know this, but I think it's worth noting is just how great of a teammate Mitch Marner is and how much he cares about each individual guy and how he frankly is a leader in the room of collectively getting everyone together consistently. And Mitch does a better job of anybody that I've played with of bringing everybody together and organizing things and making sure that we all are hanging out outside the rink.
I asked Jake McCabe when he was in here one thing about you that we don't know. And the thing he said about you that we don't know is that you are one of the best at making sure the group is together. I'm curious, of all the things that you've organized throughout the years, what was the thing you looked at after it was over and said, boy, it's awesome we did that together?
I planned and got us all at, is it Alignment Stadium, the new one in Las Vegas?
Yes.
I got us a middle box, middle field. I had that all planned for 30 of us to go there and watch the football game. And it was the game against the Chargers, which if they tied, both teams advanced to the playoffs. So it was a big game, and then it came down to that last field goal. So I planned all that stuff for the guys, and then 2 days before I got COVID. And then I was lying in bed. I remember getting FaceTimes from the guys saying, this is the best game of all time, it's unreal. And then they'd always finish with, we got you a jersey, don't worry, you're here in spirit. And I'd be lying in bed, I'm like, thanks guys, thanks, yeah. But the guys had a lot of fun at that one by the sounds of it. It was one I definitely had FOMO missing.
You were just in Vail. You said you got a good look up close at Sidney Crosby. What did you see? What struck you about him?
This is my second time doing one of those camps with him, and both times it's just amazing to watch him in person, just seeing how great he is.
You know, you skated with him and McKinnon. How would a Team Canada line with you, McKinnon, and Crosby sound?
Hopefully, you know, that can all work out for my sake, that I can be a part of that team. But Sidney Crosby, for myself and for many other hockey players in the league right now, I mean, looked up and idolized him. He was a talent that had the biggest hype around him and even exceeded those limits of what people thought of him as a player.
The last question I want to ask you is this, is that there's always a lot said about Toronto, Mitch Marner, everything. If there's one thing you could say to Maple Leaf Nation, what would it be?
Well, I mean, just thank you. I mean, you know, I think at some point in time, people probably looked at taking me at that pick was a little bit of a reach just with size and everything like that and not knowing, you know, anyone's really future in any team. And, you know, now looking back on it, it's still funny. You know, my wife and I are always talking, just saying how it's crazy. We're going into our 9th year in Toronto, and every year brings a new challenge and a new blessing, and we're fortunate for it all. And I mean, just the love you get outside of the hockey rink around the community is one of a kind. And, you know, I get to see it firsthand every time at my charity event throughout the summers and even just walk around the city. So I've been very grateful and very fortunate to be a Maple Leaf.